Hi everyone, welcome to our training session on a crucial tool for financial decision making, sensitivity analysis. Over the next few minutes, we'll explore how this technique helps us understand and manage risk in our capital budgeting process. My goal is to give you a practical framework for evaluating large investment projects, not by avoiding risk, but by making smarter, more informed decisions in the face of it. So, the goal and functions of financial management. Everything we do in financial management is driven by one primary goal, which is maximizing the value of our company for its owners, the shareholders. We achieve this through three core functions. First, making smart investment decisions. This is our focus today, deciding which long term projects are worth pursuing. Second, make strategic financing decisions to fund those projects. And third, making wise dividend decisions with the profits we generate. Sensitivity analysis lives right in that first bucket, helping us make the best possible investment decisions. Sensitivity analysis. So, what exactly is sensitivity analysis? In essence, it's a powerful what if scenario tool. Think of as a stress test for our financial models. Instead of relying on single variable forecast, we systemically ask questions like what happens to our project's profitability if our raw material costs go up. The key here is that we only change one variable at a time. This allows us to isolate the variables that are the most powerful drivers of success or failure for a project. It helps us move from a single point estimate of a project's MPV to a range of possible outcomes, giving us a much clearer picture of the potential risk. The process involves both qualitative judgments and quantitative analysis. First, we do the math to establish a base case, which is this our expected outcome based on our most realistic assumptions. Next comes a crucial qualitative step. We brainstorm all the uncertain variables that could affect the project. This requires experience and a deep understanding of the market. After identifying these variables, we go back to the numbers. We define a range of outcomes, which includes optimistic and pessimistic for each one. Finally, we recalculate the project's MPV over and over repeatedly, changing one variable at a time. The variables that cause the wildest swings in MPV are the ones we need to watch most closely. Beyond our own Beyond our one variable at a time sensitivity analysis, we have other, more integrated methods for baking this risk into our calculations. These are internal methods we can apply to our models. The most popular is the risk adjusted discount rate, or RADR. The logic is simple. Riskier projects must clear a higher hurdle. We increase the discount rate for them, which lowers their calculated MPV. A less common but conceptually useful method is the certainty equivalent approach, where we make our cash flow forecasts themselves more conservative to account for risk. Finally, Finally, for our most critical projects, we can use Monte Carlo simulation. This is like sensitivity analysis on steroids. It runs thousands of scenarios at once, giving us a full probability distribution of a potential outcomes, like the probability of the project having a negative MPV. And when integrating risk, there are also external factors and analysis. We must also consider the external world, which is full of risk we don't control. Economic factors like potential recession or rising interest rates can dramatically impact a project's viability. Within our industry, a new product from a competitor or a major supply chain disrupt can change everything. And we must always keep an eye on political and regulatory factors like new laws or taxes that could affect our costs or market access. To analyze these complex external factors, we use qualitative tools like scenario planning, where we create detailed stories about a few possible futures, and the decision trees, which help us map out sequential decisions in the face of uncertainty. Summary. So to wrap up, what are the key takeaways? First, remember that all this analysis is in service of our main goal, creating value. Second, risk is a part of business. Our job is to manage it intelligently. Sensitivity analysis is your go-to tool for out finding out where the biggest risk in a project really are. For a complete picture, always you use a combination of quantitative and qualitative tools. By rigorously applying these techniques, we can move beyond simple gut feelings and make capital budgeting decisions that are well reasoned, defensible, and ultimately more profitable for the company. Thank you. I'm now happy to answer any questions you may have.